I'm gonna drop a link in the description for the radio along with the discount code in case you guys want to get the exact radio I got. I'll also link the Meta harness that I'm talking about in this video, so you're able to purchase both right off Amazon, get the radio installed, and have the same radio as we have in this video. Enjoy the video, guys. Guys, we're back. Just want to get a little intro going on. I'm sorry, it's been delayed. We're back. We're gonna get back with the videos. We got an awesome company working with us today. So I'm gonna get right to it. We're gonna be installing a Atoto radio in the JZX100. A lot of people want a little video on how to install a radio on these cars. This car does have factory amp, factory sub, so we're gonna get it working just like factory in the slot. We're gonna get this radio installed, get it all wired up. I'm gonna show you guys in depth this time. We're gonna go right into it. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what to do to install this radio, and we'll be right back. And JZ is still so good. Phew. As you guys know, JZ is the best engine in the world. This Pulsar Turbo is fucking, it's been about probably 4,000 or 5,000 miles now. I don't know how much miles. We're at 151. I forget when we did it. Probably 10,000 kilometers ago, but this G25 550 is fucking sick. I love it so far. No complaints so far. Literally my favorite thing I did to this car so far. It really needed it. It feels so good. Can't wait to get a little more power though, because you get bored and you want more power. So we're already at that point where I'm itching for a little more power. So maybe we'll just go aftermarket ECU, put this thing on better fuel, turn the boost up to maybe like 25 pounds, and really have this thing fucking good. But we also got new tires. I'll show you guys new tires, but let's get to this radio install. We got some fresh tires for the JZX. We got some Accelera PHIs. Nice cheap tire. It's a good tire. I ran them the last set and I'm starting to like them. Nice and cheap. I think it's like 300 bucks for the set. It lasts long. We got good grip. I kind of figured out all the wiring. When we get to work, I'm gonna show you guys what I came up with, and I didn't finalize anything. I'm just gonna test fit everything and make sure it's all good, and then we're gonna get to it. So let's get right to work and see if the wiring works. Shout out to Atoto for sending out this radio. They sent out the A6G2A7PF radio to me. Off camera, I figured out all the wiring and test fitted it to make sure it all fits, just so we didn't waste any time on the video. Excuse the mess. Had a wiring diagram I found on a Facebook forum, and at the end of it, this is kind of what I got. So they come with this. It'll come with these RCA adapters. This is the Meta harness that everybody gets. Remember, this car is factory sub, factory rear sub on the deck, and factory amplifier. I verified that all of this works perfectly fine in the car. So now we're just going to get right to the wiring portion of the radio into the Meta harness. This is the only plug you'll use. All the other plugs that go to like your speed for the GPS, TV, other shit you don't even need. So this is gonna be great. This is all you need, just this connector. It's this guy right here, I believe. I'm gonna double check, but if this is still in the video, then this is the one. The 781112. You're gonna get this connector with these RCAs, and we'll show you right now. We're gonna get right into it. First things first, let's start with the thing I had to figure out. So from the radio, you're gonna get this main connector right here. This has all of your like factory things, so your speakers, your powers, and all that. The other connectors are gonna be like auxiliary things you want. Like I'm gonna be using this one that they give you. Everything's supplied in this radio. Shout out to Atoto, because it's a really good radio. I wasn't expecting it to be this awesome. It comes with this USB adapter for the Apple CarPlay. So I'm gonna be plugging this one in, but let's start with the actual wiring. So when you get the factory connector, the Meta harness, you'll have these red wire pins. I think it's pin 1 and 3. So pin 1 and 3. The blue and white is going to be your amp wake up signal. If you don't have an amp, you can disregard this completely. And then here's your switch to power. I tied both of them together. The wake up signal doesn't carry any current really. It's just going to wake up the amp. The actual power wire to the amp is going to have all the current. And I'm going to tie this together. I'm going to do a final solder on this. I just did this just for a test purpose, just so I didn't butcher it up too much, so I can make sure it worked before I started recording. So Accessory ignition is going to go to my red and blue, just to turn my factory amp on, because this car's factory amp and I need to switch it on. The black is just going to go right to ground. Come on, focus, yep. So chassis ground. Yellow, constant power. So battery constant, yellow to yellow. And then blue is just your antenna power. So antenna power is your solid blue, not the blue and white. Okay, so then after that, it branches off to these RCAs. The Atoto radio comes with these two boxes. And what I did was, I found front left. So here is the front left speaker. And as you see, they are a white wire, white solid stripe, in white and black. And that corresponds to the white and black and white on top of this adapter. And that goes to the white RCA. And then the gray RCA goes into the gray wires, which then goes to the gray solid and gray black stripe. Pretty self-explanatory, guys, right there. And that is for the front right. So front speaker right here, both done. And then we go to the rear speakers. We got green going to these white ones. And then that's gonna go into the front rear left, and then rear right. As stated, we got black stripe right there going to the black stripe, but it's gonna be white. But still, that's gonna be good for the left rear. And then your right rear is your purple. And then that's gonna be solid to solid, and then stripe to stripe. So as you see, we have, that's the solid, and this is the stripe. So then we have stripe with a stripe, and then that's your rear. And that's it. This is all I did. And the radio turns on and everything. So I'm gonna tidy up this harness, actually solder them all together, and then we'll get back to you, and then we'll fit it in. I shaved down the radio bezel a little bit just to get it to fit nice. Get this radio in, we just look at that. Looks like we have to trim this a little bit, so we're gonna be super careful, just slowly. And as you see, it fits a lot better. Doesn't fit perfect. I could definitely work it a little better to get it to fit in there perfectly, but I'm not really one to worry about something that small like that. It fits in there nice. They come with these awesome brackets to screw into the sides. It also comes with an additional bracket if needed. You can use that one too, but the one that it came with, just like a factory one, it comes pre-tapped for screws, and I just use the factory screws to screw it in. So after that, we're able to install the radio, and then we can go back over to the car, get the radio installed, and go through that process of setting it all up and fishing this wire in, so then I can have the iPhone's lightning cable hanging out, ready to rip. We're gonna solder all these up, and then we're gonna get it into the car. Okay, so we got it all taped up. Just make it look a little nicer. So let's put it back in the car. We are gonna put this provision in for the phone link. Be able to hook the phone up, have it charged maybe. We'll see. But put it all back in. All right, radio's out. Radio's in my hand. We got it mounted. I just drilled a couple different holes just to get it mounted nicely, flush with the head unit, and able to fit inside the bezel there. So I'm gonna install it. It's hard to do with one hand, but you guys, it's just literally 4 bolts. Bolt, bolt, and then there's 2 more, one there, and then one there. And then they correspond with there, and there. So I'm gonna install it real quick. I'm gonna plug these connectors in, and I'm gonna show you guys just it installed real quick. Alright guys, so we got it mounted up just with the 4 bolts. I ran the, I'm guessing, it's pretty sure I'm gonna verify the iPhone cable. I tucked it, came down here and then wrapped it, tucked it right against the seat. So whenever I'm not using it, just plop it in there, you don't even notice it. And let's see if this interior panel fits nice, like I hope it will. Perfect. Yep. So it fits the exact same as it did off the car. So it's nice, it's not perfect, but it's a little bigger than the actual bezel. And I didn't want to cut the bezel inside just in risk of cracking it. I definitely didn't want to crack it, so we got the bezel in. So now let's just get this trim piece switched over. And where's my keys? Double check everything works. Okay. Oh, it's so loud. There's one, for some reason the beeps are so loud. But let's try to hook up the phone to see if we get Apple CarPlay. Okay, so it charges the phone. Still working out how to use this, so phone's connected and charging, so that means it's connected. But let's see if there's an actual Apple CarPlay, because they said there was. Let's see, CarLink. Oh. And there we go. Do not connect to Bluetooth. Unlock your car. Okay, sweet. So yeah, we got Apple CarPlay. Let's see if Alrighty guys, got the radio in. As you guys see, fits in there pretty good. Nothing crazy, but it's kind of off center, but it's the best. I was able to get it to fit with trimming it a little bit. It does fit so far. I'm using the Apple CarPlay. It's pretty responsive. Some radios that are Apple CarPlay compliant are pretty sluggish, and this one's actually pretty quick, so that's a good thing. Also, the radio sound quality is great. I was nervous with the factory sub, everything hooked up, it wasn't gonna work nicely. Wow, look at that cloud real quick. Let's see if it'll focus. That looks rowdy, holy shit. That looks so crazy. But anyway, radio so far is great. Did a little cruise with it to lunch. It sounded awesome. Wow, lightning strike's looking cool. Cruised to it to lunch, was super happy with it. Sound quality was great. Yeah, super happy with it. Big shout out to Atoto for sending out this radio. I'm really happy with it. It's a great fit in the JZX. Makes the car a lot more enjoyable to drive. As you guys know, driving without a radio is kind of dreadful. It's cool, but like after a while, it's kind of annoying. You want to be able to jam out, have some good tunes in, and not have the just sound of your own thoughts. So super happy on the radio install. I hope you guys understand the radio install. It's super straightforward. Just make sure you tie those two powers together just to trigger on the amplifier. It's not a load-bearing wire, so it doesn't have high current going through it. It's just turning the amp on itself. The amp has a already powered wire to it, so don't think it's drawing a lot of amperage, because it's not. So guys, if you're wondering about not installing the microphone into the radio, and I just got a text from my girl and I was able to answer just by talking, so awesome, that worked. So super cool. Wasn't expecting that to be a function that still worked without installing the mic, but it worked perfectly fine. There was no issues. She texted me, Siri said, "Do you want to reply?" I replied and it worked flawlessly. So big shout out, because that's awesome. So once again, Atoto, awesome for the radio. Big shout out. I absolutely love it so far. Big upgrade for the JZX, and I'm happy with it. So once again, great purchase. So but other than that, super straightforward with the RCA cables and all that other goodness. Super happy with the radio install. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the radio install, and what else you guys want to see. So we got the car back. We actually got the VS's off and sold, and we went back to the 57 DRs. Personally, I do like the DRs. I'm not a big fan of the XX VS's, and the DR's a little cooler to me, in my opinion. So no more work wheels. We're back on the DRs for now. Thinking about maybe picking up another wheel. We'll see what we come across. Anything cool, we'll pick up. If we don't see anything cool, we're not gonna keep these. So that's it for now, guys. Let me know what you guys want to do in the next video, want to see in the next videos, because the car is getting super perfect. It's getting really close to just a perfect car. I do want to change the front bumper out. I don't like the lip kit in the front. The rest of the kit's fine to me, but that front bumper I don't really like. It sits way too high and it's like arched up a little bit. But drop a comment, guys, what you think. Let me know anything else you guys want to see on these JZXs. I'm here for it. I want to learn too. So peace out, guys. See you guys in the next one.